Hi guys, this is Jess. I just wanted to come in and give you guys a heads up that there will be some technical difficulties for some of your videos. So I'm just going to attach this message to all of your videos. Yeah, Mercury retrograde has definitely been doing its job. And so therefore there is some problematic situations with sound for some of you. So I apologize in advance, and I hope that you still are able to receive the message, enjoy the recording, and leave me a comment below. Talk to you guys in October. Take care.
Hi Pisces, this is Just with your September 2016 mid-month reading. I hope that you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. Um, well, I see here that things are starting to shift for Pisces. I know we were dealing with, and when I say we, I mean you guys. I'm not a Pisces, but you were dealing with test. There was a lot of test, okay, as it relates to love. And I remember saying that you're going to have to sacrifice your love life and get really focused with work and ascending to a higher level for yourself, okay. So I do see that for some of my Pisces, a lot of you are going to be taking on for the remainder of this month fire energy, okay. I feel like a lot of you have gotten directed, you know, you're self-directed and you really know what you want, but it's a but you're keeping a lot of things to yourself, a lot, okay. Some of you on the work front, you could be dealing with a manager or supervisor who's making a lot of changes. Like there's changes at the job. It doesn't necessarily have to be a woman, but it could be whoever is your manager, the person that does hiring and firing, the person that implements change and rules, regulations, that sort of thing. There's going to be some changes, okay, happening at the work front, some new rules and regulations, that sort of thing. And basically you're probably going to be hearing them say like, okay, for those of you who thought you were getting away with either taking time, whatever, you know, you and others were doing that was kind of was a bit, I want to say a bit deceitful, but there was like some element of getting away with things, and that for a time you were getting away with it. That's coming to an end, and you're being told that no, you guys can no longer come in late. You can no longer ... So there's going to be a warning, like a put on notice type of thing. Like someone's going to be putting you guys on notice. But I don't necessarily just feel like it's just going to be you. For some of you guys, it's just going to be you. For others of you, it's going to be a collective. So the group, the department, the company, the job, that sort of thing. There's going to be some new rules and regulations that you guys have to follow. All right. Others of you, I feel that you now want to move in a different direction, right? And you're possibly have kind of come to an understanding that it's like, hey, I want to go here, I want to do this, or I want to work in this job, I want to do this type of thing, I want to start this thing, okay. And in order to do that, you are going to have to let something else go, okay. And you're trying your best to find a way to do that, to move on. So some of you will be getting offers of a new job, let's say, okay, and someone's like, hey, okay, we want you to start this day, or they're giving a proposal of like, you know, hey, come with us and we'll offer you more money, that type of thing. And it's like you guys are trying to figure out a way best to move on from your job, move on to something new without people knowing about it until you actually are able to move on, okay? And I feel like you guys are going to be extremely persuasive the rest of this month. Like you guys are going to be able to really get people to do what you want them to do, and really you need to be very kind, soft-spoken, easygoing, sweet as you can, you know, very soft in your approach, okay. And that is, you're going to get people to kind of basically do whatever you want them to do, okay. And I feel like with this, trying to move on to either a new company, start a new business, but then you're going to have to let something else kind of like fall to the wayside. There's going to be you being able to get what you want and get what you need from people. And there's going to be someone, like people are going to be very supportive of you. Some of my Pisces, someone is going to be looking out for you guys, okay? Giving you some inside information, like you can go here, you can apply for this, that type of thing. And you can go on to a better, I'm just feeling like you're going to be getting some type of inside track from someone who is going to give you some information to say, hey, you can do this, and then you can move on to that. But you can't tell anybody. Like, don't tell anybody I told you this, but they're hiring here, or in your job, this just came available. Why don't you, jump on that sort of thing. And it's going to make you very happy. Okay. And some of you have already put this in motion, but you've been waiting and waiting and waiting to find out, am I going to get accepted? Am I going to get this sort of thing? Is this going to happen for me? And you're going to find out that, yeah, and very soon there's going to be communication. I feel like within the next 3 days, for some of you, by the end of September or the first week of October, you're going to hear, yes, we want you. It's time to come now. Okay. And some of you are going to find yourself definitely turning your back on your old job, on a circumstance that you've been waiting to transition to something new. You're going to get that opportunity, and then you're going to be moving. You're going to be leaving. So some of you are going to be leaving your job for a new opportunity, and that opportunity may call for you to have to travel. Some of you will be leaving behind a certain living circumstance. So some of you could have just found the right place. And again, it's coming from someone giving you a tip, someone saying, hey, you can do ... or this place is, available, that sort of thing. And now you're like, okay, great. This is just what I wanted, or this is perfect fit for me. And you're very happy. And I feel like, to some people, to others, it may have been difficult. It would be difficult for them to obtain this thing. But because you got an inside track with someone, and because you mapped out, like you made just the right steps, you said just the right things, you were there at the right time, everything kind of came together just at the right time. You found yourself being able to get this new place, be able to move. So if you're like, okay, I wanted to move, but I haven't been able to find something, or I've been waiting for so long to try to see, when's the best time for me to move. Things are really going to start happening for you at the latter part of this month to be able to move on from something. Okay. And you're going to eventually decide to leave either your home and move to a better place, your job, and move on to a better job. Okay. But you're going to be very, very tight-lipped about this up until it's time for you to leave. Literally. Okay. You're not going to say anything to anyone until it's actually time for you to go. All right. Now, for some of you, as far as this move is concerned, you might find yourself, again, being able to find just the right place. And for some of you that have children, you might be offering the child to stay. So some of you, your child doesn't live with you. They could have been living with the other parent. And it's like, okay, now I want the child to live with me. All right. And or it could be with the grandparent, something like that. But someone else has been taking care of the child. Okay. And now that you have this place, it's like, okay, I have everything in place. I have my home now. I'm ready to get my child. There may be an issue with the person that's been taking care of your child. So if it's the dad, as a mom, you may say, okay, I have my place now, or I have a bigger place now. Now I'm closer to his school, whatever the circumstances is that is now working out for you. And now you're saying, okay, I want to get my child. You may have a bit of challenge coming from that parent or that guardian to just let the child go. Now, the child wants to come with you, definitely. But the other person that has been caring for that child is going to say, no, you're not going anywhere. Or no, the child isn't going anywhere, So there may be some issues as far as you being able to bring someone to go with you. Okay. Something may be stopping you from being able to take someone with you, if that makes any sense. Now, I do see for those of you that's been waiting for monies to come to you, like somebody owed you money. It could have been some problems with your check, could have been some problems with clients paying you back, that sort of thing, someone owing you money, that type of thing. Know that it's coming for you by the end of the month, okay? You will be getting some money. If you guys have been waiting as far as court proceedings, because I see that this is very much prevalent for some of my Pisces, particularly if you're dealing with a fire sign. If you guys have been dealing with a Leo, if you're married to a Leo, you were living with a Leo, Leo is very prominent in your life. Go back and listen to the Leo reading, because your reading and their reading is kind of mirroring each other to an extent. Also, if you have Leo in you, it's very important that you listen to both of these, because it's definitely screaming a message to you. Now, some Pisces, for my Pisces ladies, you could be deciding to take your ex to court, or take your soon-to-be ex to court, okay? It could be about child support. It could be about, child custody, that sort of thing I'm kind of feeling. And I'm seeing that you didn't let anyone know that you were planning on, filing to get custody of your child, or getting this divorce, that sort of thing. You didn't let anyone know, okay? And I feel like judgments went well for you, okay? A judgment will go well, or it has gone well. And once you got the news, it was like, great. You're celebrating, you're happy, everything is great. And I feel like while you filed the motion to either get your child or to have a divorce, that sort of thing, I feel like you had a lot of support, or there will be a lot of support coming your way. And I feel like people, like whoever's advising you, they're going to tell you just the right time to file, just the next step. Like every step you take is going to be just the right step for you to take to make this happen for you, to make it work for you. However, for some of you, again, that is filing for this child, particularly for my Pisces men, if you're experiencing this situation, it can be very difficult. Like the judge may not necessarily award you the child and say, okay, you can now live with your dad. Okay. They may say, no, it's in the best interest of the child for the child to be with their mom. So for my Pisces women, if you're going through a court proceeding situation, it will be beneficial, and judgment will come out in your favor. For my Pisces men, it may go in the favor of, the one, your wife, or the child's mom, that sort of thing. Okay. And I see that there's going to be judgment regarding, how much money you're going to have to pay out, that sort of thing. But I do see that Pisces are working really hard to get themselves in a stable environment, be someplace very stable, so that then they can make a presentation to someone and say, okay, here, now I'm ready, or now I want to move in this direction. But someone is definitely going to come in and try to block that for you guys. Okay. Now, that's pretty much what I'm seeing as it relates to like career work. For career work, again, there's going to be some type of offers. Like you guys are getting offers on top of offers on top of offers. I mean, one that's going to make you really happy, one that's a very solid offer. I don't feel like it's two different offers. I just feel like it's, when you hear about this opportunity, you're going to be really happy about it. And then once you get it, it's going to cause for you to have to move, either move, again, physically move to a new place, or move long distance someplace. Okay. Now, as it relates, and I'm sitting here trying to really look and see if there's anything else that I'm seeing as it relates to career. But career, yeah, I'm just seeing this move that you're going to try your best to move, and people are going to help you with it. And whatever you've been waiting on, it's opening up now. Someone's going to say, okay, you don't have to wait anymore. Now we want you. So now it's time for you to come on and come and either work here, or yes, we've approved your application for this house. We approved your application for this loan, that type of thing. But there was a lot of red tape, or a lot of steps that you'll have to take, or have had to take, that's very strategic, and that was very close to the vest. Like you didn't share it with anyone until it was like, okay, bam, I'm doing this, and people are gonna be like, what? Okay, great. Now, as it relates to love, I when I seen these cards come out, it was so funny to me because it's like, wow, you guys, well, it's definitely a triangle going on here. Definitely a triangle going on. But I feel like someone has decided to end this triangle situation. And I'm seeing a lot of that. A lot of signs with somebody saying, okay, I'm done with this three things. I'm just going to focus on one person. I'm only going to be with this one person. And I do see that from Pisces men, there could have been, again, if you're dealing with a fire sign woman, so Sagittarius, Leo, or Aries, or someone that gives off fire energy, okay? A very dynamic, very attractive person, always has a lot going on, very motivated, goal-orientated person, someone who is has a lot going on but doesn't really share a lot with people about the things that they have going on. I feel like this person could have ended the relationship with you, okay? And I feel like it has something to do with like you were being deceitful, or they did it in a way that was a bit deceitful. Like they didn't tell you. Some of you, they didn't really tell you. They've been telling you all along that everything is fine, or we're great. Oh no, I don't know. It's no problem. I'm not having a problem with you. That sort of thing. And then all of a sudden it just ups and ends. Okay. And I feel like it has a lot to do with someone else. Like they started to have feelings for someone else. Someone else came into the picture, and before you knew it, they were on to someone else. Okay. And this is a person that could have been waiting for them for quite some time, waiting for them to make a decision as to what they wanted to do. And that they're like, okay, I'm going to choose this other person. And I'm going to kind of leave this situation alone. All right. And some of my Pisces men, you may be wanting to go back to that person to try to tell them, hey, let's make this work. We have a family, that sort of thing. I really want you. I want us to, move in together. Like you're wanting to make a real solid proposal. But I feel like before the person could even come back, that other person, because there's another person that is involved in the picture, is going to say no. Absolutely not no. Okay? There could be a time that you're waiting, like, okay, from the breakup, there's some time apart that you're waiting to hear back from this person, to find out if things are ever going to get back on track. All right. And I feel like the person will be open to hear from you, but by that time the person will be like, they don't really have those emotions towards you anymore. Like the feelings are not necessarily there. Okay. And I feel like once that happens, eventually you guys will find yourself moving forward. Okay. You may hear that this person is going to be actually moving. Like you may hear that, hey, they got a job somewhere and they're leaving. Like they're going to move and relocate someplace, that sort of thing. Okay. Others of you, as far as my Pisces ladies are concerned, I feel like you're going to some of you are just going to not really wipe the slate clean, but you're going to kind of just get rid of things and people that doesn't serve you any good. And I don't feel like you're necessarily going to tell people that it's like, okay, I'm not going to deal with you anymore. I'm not going to deal with. It's almost as if it's like you're just going to do it, without people 100% knowing about it. All right. And out of it comes this for some of you, it's going to be a new relationship. Okay. And I feel like this relationship would be one that's very passionate. There's going to be a lot of fun and excitement that you have with this person. And some of you are going to be thinking like, wow, you're going to be thinking of the possibilities of where this thing could go. Okay. But there's still someone that you have to kind of get closure from. There's still someone waiting to get closure. Like someone is waiting for you to give them closure. Okay. And I'm talking about my Pisces ladies now. Some of you some people are waiting for you to give them closure. And I feel like you guys will give the person the closure that they need. Okay. There will be some type of talk that will be had, and there will be some type of closure. Okay. And I'm sensing that from that, there will be someone being able to kind of like move on, turn their back and move on. Okay. And something real will come out of a new situation with someone. I know this is not all making sense. It's kind of all over the place. Because that's the energy. It's like, it basically is telling me that there is a decision that you guys are going to have to make. Okay. Some of you are going to be making an offer to someone, wanting something real solid and stable. Perhaps someone from your past that you lived together with, someone that you've wanted to live with, that sort of thing. Someone could be telling you how they feel, and they want to really start something really solid with you. So it could be because I'm seeing that some of you are going to be making a proposal to someone, and the person is going to want that proposal. Like, yeah, but then someone else is going to come in and say no. Like, almost as if it's like, okay, you broke up with someone, right? And you're moving on to a new person. Okay, now this could not necessarily just be a brand new person, but it could be someone from your past, but now it's like a possibility for a new start with this person. Okay. And you're wanting to be with this new person, or this person that you're having like this new start with. But I feel like the person that you broke up with, or the person that you're trying to move away from, is going to try to block that. Like, they're going to say, no, you're not going anywhere. Some of you are going to be trying to leave your house. Like, you live with this person and you're trying to leave and move into your own place, or move and live with someone else. And the person's going to say, no, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. I don't care. You're not going anywhere. Okay. It's something about you guys wanting to be with someone, and someone else trying to stop you from moving on. And that's can go in any way. So work, just your life period. You wanting to move into a different place, and someone is trying to block it. You're trying to move on from a relationship and be with somebody else, and someone's trying to block it. You're trying to move on to another company and go someplace else, and someone's going to be trying to block it to some extent. But toward the end, I feel like more going into October, there's going to be nothing that no one can do. You're going to move on. Or if you're trying to stop someone from moving on to someone else, there's going to be nothing that you can do. They're moving on. You understand? This person is moving on to someone else. Okay. But I feel like it's not going to happen without a fight. Like, somebody's going to try to fight, block again, someone from being able to move on to something new. And they're not going to be successful because the person's going to move on. Okay. I'm getting very strongly fire energy, and I'm getting air energy. Okay. So Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, and Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. So, as far as the fire sign is concerned, I feel like that's the person that you kind of want to be with. For some of you guys, you want to be with this fire sign. Okay. But I feel like either one of you are with someone else, or you're trying to get away from that person and be with this other person, but that person is kind of blocking it. Right. And you have to be careful with the fire sign, because you may be thinking that it's going to be something that, this can turn into something so great, and they may just be coming in and going to turn right back out. But then the person that you're with, that's been a staple in your life, that person is there. They're concrete. They mean what they say. All right. The fire energy, I feel like they don't really know what they want. They're kind of all over the place, and you're not just the only person in their life. Okay. Although you would like to be. And for some of you, you may find yourself saying, okay, I'm going to, leave that situation alone and just move on. Or the fire sign may be saying, I'm going to leave that situation alone and move on. And then you're going to find yourself moving on with the air sign. Okay, so Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius person. Okay, there's a lot of support that's going to come from air signs. Okay, a lot of support, and some of you, your parents or someone very significant to you is going to try to help you move on from a very trying situation. So again, if you're going through a divorce, it's a bit messy. You can find a lot of support from family members, that sort of thing. And if you're trying to go through a divorce, you're trying to move away from this person, particularly a fire sign, and it's been quite messy. I feel like the fire sign will be trying to come back to some extent, but then your dad or your brother, someone, a male in your life, is going to try and say, no, I know you're not going to try to let this person come back. I know you're not going to try to let this person come back and live with you again. Like, how could you think that you're going to do that? You know, the person is only going to, bleed back out again. The person is only going to continue to cheat on you, that sort of thing. Okay. So it's that. And I hope that you guys are following me, because it was a little convoluted at first as I was trying to sift through these energies and, connect the dots here. So it was a bit convoluted, but basically that's what it is. Okay. So the outcome toward the end of the month going into October, you guys are going to get in a better place. Okay, so new job, moving for a new job, moving into your own place, moving on from one relationship that was real messy into something that's a lot more beneficial for you. And for some of you, it won't necessarily be that you're going to be in an actual relationship with someone, as opposed to you guys moving on mentally yourself, and I feel like it has a lot to do with financial abundance, things moving forward for you on a financial level, a new opportunity coming your way, and therefore you're going to say, okay, I'm either going to give the love thing a break and just focus on me, but you're still going to have someone, again, of an air sign that will be very supportive. Like, this person is not going to go nowhere. They're going to be the person that you can kind of lean on all the time. So that is what I have for you guys for the remainder of September. This was definitely a bit of a roller coaster. So that's how I feel like it's going to feel for you guys for this month. A bit of a obstacle course, kind of going through a few hoops and different elements and situations, but you guys are going to get on the other side and you're going to be better for it. So that's what I have for you guys for the remaining part of September. If this makes sense to you and you can resonate with it, leave a comment below. Definitely let us know how this is working out in your life. And if you are new to this channel, welcome, 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 and subscribe, as I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Pisces.